Hi guys, after much request, I'm going to have take a look at Litecoin. For full disclosure, I do hold Litecoin. I've been holding it since the previous bull run. I did buy Litecoin in this sort of area here on the way down, luckily. So I am sitting in profit right now, but it's took me a long time to get there, and obviously along the way it's been a bumpy ride. But we're just going to dive into the chart right now, guys, because I just want to show you some technicals that look really bullish for Litecoin. They really do look bullish indeed, and I think that we're sitting on the cusp of an exponential uptrend for Litecoin going forward, guys. So as you can see, this is since Litecoin's inception. This is the Litecoin against the USD on Bitfinex, and we can go all the way back as far as June or May even on in 2013. So we've got all the price action. You can see it's been a very bumpy road there. We appreciated bear market, and now we're looking to come up to the previous all-time high, which is at that level there, guys. So we'll drop that in for you. So roughly the previous all-time high of Litecoin sits at $374 at the moment. You can see we're currently, if I take that to there, guys, we're currently 102% from our previous all-time high there. So we're currently trading at $182. So I'm going to drop a couple of trend lines in there, guys, because this was a bull market way back in 2013, I believe. So as you can see, there was a multi-year suppression there, a multi-year suppression of the price and dragging it down. But you can see that once we broke out of that downtrend there, in that downtrend over a few years there, once we broke out, we started to move ferociously there to the upside in the previous bull market. So we could look at that now and say, okay, all right, well, what if we've just literally going through the same thing? So we've gone through this bear market here, and then we're going through this parabolic move up in this bull market, and we've also been in a multi-year downtrend for Litecoin. So you can see, you drop your trend lines on it like that, guys, okay? So everything works in cycles, as you know, and Litecoin's only been around for a couple of crypto cycles, as you know. So just looking at this, to me, that looks extremely bullish, because we've had one cycle, two cycle, and now we're entering a third cycle of this upward trajectory for Litecoin. Okay, you can see, look at the mad volume we had way back in the previous bull run. You can see here we tailed off, and now the volume's starting to pick up on Litecoin. It's starting to attract a lot of attention, guys. And especially, I'm starting to see more videos on YouTube towards Litecoin. I'm starting to see more mentions of it in forums, in Telegram groups, and people they're eyeballing. They are focusing on Litecoin. So potentially you could be looking at a fantastic trade here, guys. I know on the weekly time frame we do look a little bit overextended, but we are back testing this 20 EMA, which is positive. We have formed that bullish cross there on the weekly time frame, guys. You can see that bullish cross there on the EMAs. So just there, guys, because I will be targeting that in the moment, as I'll show you. And the previous time, okay, on the weekly time frame that we formed a bullish cross on the weekly time frame for Litecoin was way back here in when was that? Let me just move that out of the way for you guys there. So we formed that bullish cross literally about there in March. Oh wow, it's March now. In March 2017. So not that there's any comparison, guys. I'm just saying that we formed that bullish candle just there. Bullish cross, sorry, on Litecoin. As you can see, it just absolutely exploded. I'm not saying it's going to explode. I'm not saying it's not going to explode, but that was insane. You know, we may not see that particular move, because I think that would be like mania, and we will be entering into the euphoria stage, and we'd potentially be looking at a reversal and entering the bear market. But I could expect some similar kind of growth there for Litecoin. At the moment, you could say that we're sort of up in this area of the bull run. So you could say that we've still got this sort of growth to go in this current bull run that we find ourselves in on Litecoin. Again, it's always good to just look back at the charts, guys, because in charting, a lot of patterns tend to play out, fizzle out, and then come back and repeat themselves. And again, like I say to you, these are just cycles. You keep an eye on, you know, in a few years, this will be the second cycle, and we'll look at a similar cycle moving into the fourth cycle. So yeah, that's Litecoin, just looking at that. So we can say that from that bull cross there that we formed on the weekly time frame of the EMAs, we appreciated from that point there, just as a rough guide, we appreciated over 8,484% on Litecoin. So I'm not saying we will do that again. I'm saying as a thought experiment, let's put it in there and see what we get. So we know that at this particular level here, we formed this bullish cross, okay, on the EMA, as we did in that previous bull run, and we started the bull run and off we went. So let's have a look at this, guys. So we said 8,400%, didn't we? I think we're going to have to bring this down a little bit, guys. So let's have a look at this. 8,400% from this bullish cross there up to there, 8,000. So we'll drop that target in there. We'll go under 8,000 there. We'll be conservative, guys. So we'll drop that price target in up there for you guys. So potentially during this bull run, I know it's a little bit exuberant, but I'm saying potentially if we had a very similar sort of growth on Litecoin, and there's no reason why we wouldn't, guys. It is a blue chip crypto. It's not mooned yet. It's not had any kind of major growth, considering when you look at the other cryptos. It's not necessarily underperforming, but it looks poised for a breakout, in my opinion. We are backtesting these EMAs, which is healthy on the weekly time frame. Potentially we could still come back and correct on the 55 EMA, but this is a long-term target of $4,578 per Litecoin towards the end of this bull run, guys, because we've not entered the mania stage yet. The mania stage, which you've seen in the previous chart, looks something like this, and I think that when we do enter that mania stage, that is potentially our target that we could look at Litecoin getting to, guys. So it's just something moving forward, a possibility, okay? It's not an exact science, it's not set in stone, it's not financial advice. We're just looking at possibilities, okay? And again, as we move up here in this parabolic chart and in this bull run, I would be looking for these back tests on the weekly time frame here of these EMAs, guys. So as you can see, we dropped the fib on this one here on a weekly time frame. You can see that was the bottom there. We went up, we've tested, we topped out there, and you can see we're bouncing off that 0.618 on the weekly time frame. So now potentially we are forming the next impulsive move. We potentially might not come back down, guys. I'm just saying we may be forming this next impulsive move up to this level here, guys, and potentially get towards that previous all-time high. So just as a thought experiment, we'll move this up. You know how we do this on this channel. We'll move this up like that, and then you could potentially be looking at the next impulsive wave taking us up to the 286, looking at another correction down to the 0.68 before we correct again and move up potentially to that previous all-time high, guys, and take that out over the next few months. So that's Litecoin on the weekly time frame. Looks really good, looks really bullish, guys. We've broken out this multi-year long trend line, and you can see that we did back test this as support. You can see that in my nulls video, guys. I made a nulls video. Please check that out in the channel. If you're new to the channel, you've not checked it out, please go and check that nulls video out, guys, because nulls did something very similar, and to me nulls looks like it's following the same sort of pattern as Litecoin, where it's broken out of that multi-year downtrend. It broke through the trend line, it formed a bullish cross, it back tested the trend line as support, bounced off it nicely, and it's been moving up in Fibonacci waves, guys, in Fibonacci extensions. So from the bottom to the top, impulsive, corrective, impulsive, corrective, and it will slowly just do that. And if we can do that nice and slowly, that's nice progressive organic growth towards the end of this parabola, when you see that insane upwards trajectory move when euphoria hits the market, guys. So at the moment, super bullish. Let's jump into a lower time frame here for Litecoin, guys. So we'll jump into the 4 hourly to see what we can see in the lower time frame. On Litecoin here, you can see that we formed this bullish cross there on the 4 hourly time frame on the EMA there. We went down and we corrected here, guys. So we got pushed down by the price. We've got rejected by the 20 EMA, but now we're getting above it. We've come back down and we're sort of coming above it and we're bouncing again. We just formed a bullish cross there. We just formed a bullish cross there on the 4 hourly time frame. We are kind of back testing this as support now. So hopefully we get a bounce here off this level and then we continue upwards, guys. So you can see where our multi-year trend line is, guys. Once we broke out of it, we come back test it, and we hugged the line for a while there before we actually broke up. So potentially we're not coming back down to that line. If we was to, that would be quite bearish, but again, if we did, it would act as support, hopefully, and push us upwards. But the fact that what all we're doing here, we seem to be testing the previous high of this move here. So again, really bullish, and we're holding the strength there. You see how we're holding this strength, guys, and we're pushing up. We are pushing up. We're making these higher lows. We could probably do with making a higher high on this time frame here and pushes up now in this trajectory. But the fact that we are bouncing off this EMA as well is really good. So if we drop the fib on this extension here, guys, so that was basically the low, that was the high up there. So the impulsive move, the corrective move, you've seen we're hugging this 06188, guys, and we're bouncing off it quite nicely. So we may be forming this impulsive move that we are targeting on that weekly time frame there. So other than that, that's a long-term price prediction for Litecoin that I do potentially believe we may potentially get there during this bull run, guys. But I do see us pushing up towards these towards the previous all-time highs, and as we go, just target these fib levels, guys. I will try and cover this Litecoin more in the channel as we go through this bull market, guys, and drop videos in now and again, because I do believe it is a good project. If we look at the market capitalization now on CoinsKid, so our price target in this insane parabolic move here, which would be a very similar cycle to what we've seen there in the previous bull market, is 4,578 per Litecoin. So what we'll do now, we'll take the price of Litecoin, which is currently 181, and we'll divide that by that. So it's 4578 divided by 181. So that's a 25x, guys, and that's not out of the question in this current bull run. So what I'm going to do is just jump to CoinsKid right now. I'm going to go to CoinsKid. I'm just going to look at Litecoin. So you can see that the market capitalization of Litecoin is 12.25 billion. So what we're going to do, we're going to times the 12.25 billion by 25. Okay, so simply just take that out like that. So 12.25 times 25. So that gives us a market capitalization of 306 billion for Litecoin, which is a blue chip crypto. That is not out of the question in this bull run at all, guys, because we are looking at a multi-trillion-dollar crypto market by the time this bull run ends, guys. I know it's hard to envision, but only a few years ago we were sitting at 300 billion. And that was for the entire crypto market capitalization of all assets. So that is not out of the question. A 25x on Litecoin is not out of the question in this bull run, guys. So yeah, that's a great thing to hopefully that comes true, guys. It's not an exact science, it's not financial advice. All I'm doing there is looking at previous cycles, okay, of growth, and potentially targeting a similar cycle in this cycle of growth as well. But so far we're moving up really nicely. We are back testing all these fib levels. Everything points towards a nice trendy uptrend, guys. So yeah, that's Litecoin. Happy trading. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please do subscribe to the channel and do smash that like button. So yeah, we're potentially looking at a 25x on Litecoin in this bull run, guys. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.